Yeah, it's leaking right here at this control valve here. That needs to be tightened up. Okay. And something in this stand right here is leaking. Alright, it's good to know. Alright, everything's targeted. Now I know where we're going to. I hope he's showing you the faucet that was fixed yesterday. It turns out I had assembled the parts and I had glued them all except for this one right here, and that's why it went shooting out. Went to the hardware store and got some blue PVC glue. You can pretty much use that within a half hour, unlike the light colored stuff that the cement that you have to wait, you know, overnight for. But anyway, that's fixed. And what I did a lot of backfilling on the trench yesterday. Dad said to fill it with water so you get all the like little holes and stuff. I still have more backfilling to do. Kind of running out of dirt. I have to haul some in from over there. Did all of the backfilled all the trench all the way to the meter box. They're over there. The great big piles of dirt are gone. The two tarps are gone that was full of dirt. I just have a little bit of that to move over. So it was a good amount of work yesterday. I'm pretty darn sore. And both this outside faucet, it works fine. And this one works fine now. And we'll go to the other place that was leaking. I'll show you that. Janet's dad, my neighbor Janet's dad, his name is Leroy, suggested about getting meter covers. They look like little meter boxes, but they're for your hose and stuff. And what it is, when you're using PVC, it helps keep it longer from the elements. So I just open it up like that, and inside is my faucet, my emergency. There's my my spigot outdoors, and my hose tap. There's my emergency shutoff at the front. You have to have that to pass inspection. So that's the main coming in right there. That's the main going right to my emergency shutoff. And then it goes in. It goes up to this. This is the first faucet for their little garden hose. I always wanted a tap on this side near. This is my little postage stamp size garden. I'm going to be putting more into it now that I have water. Hey, it's Blackie, out of the garden. They know what out of the garden means, bless his heart. And I got all this filled in yesterday, so I just need to give it another good wash with water. And cut this to go up here. I already put this side of the back up. And this is the, that is the where we hooked up, where Glenn and I hooked up that day. So this is where the main comes in here and goes into the house. And it also gives me a spigot for back here, because this is my planting table. Whenever I have to transplant plants or do a little carving on something or whatever, I use that little table right there to do that. And we can go around to the back and take a look at the back. Okay, it's still not leaking today. I still need to backfill this trench that had the, where I dug out to get to the leak. And I need to reattach the swamp cooler feed. So I got to go to the store today and try to find a PVC section that will, maybe I could hook it up like right here. Because this is my turnoff, emergency turnoff in the rear of the property. Water comes up this way and into here. This goes out to the chicken pen, so it would make sense my swamp cooler tap would go right here. So I got to find a 3/4 PVC tap to go right in there. And I can turn this off and work on it because I have my emergency shutoff that I installed right there. I got to get more pipe wrap. All of this should be covered with pipe wrap. Today's June 26th. This is the last day of my working vacation. I worked all day again yesterday, except for a break to take Mom and I luck to go eat fish on Friday over at a little family-owned restaurant called Robert's here in town. Anyway, I raked this gravel clear of the gate so the gate can swing open and shut without hitting. I installed the covers on each of the boxes. I also insulated all exposed pipe. There we go. With the, this is a wrap made of PVC also. And it protects it like with winter. And the boxes also protect the faucets from the extremes of weather. So it just makes your plumbing last longer. Then I back shoveled the trench. Starts here where this tap goes, and it ran all the way over there, and I got it all backfilled and also all the gravel shoveled all the way to the main. That's where that marker wood is at. And I got everything shoveled and all raked smooth last night. And good morning, Miss P. She had a little milk bone to get her started, but she's waiting for her breakfast. And she's like a little tag along until she gets her food, which is understandable. And I hosed, I installed the new hose. I put an old hanging garden unit here. And I hosed off this area, get the most of the major mud off, shoveled it till you could see the rock again underneath the rock sidewalk. There's all the rest of the trench. I still need to do some backfilling on this part right here, but it's basically done. Oh, I hosed off all this patio, hosed off all that over there. Put the, well, there's puppy prints on this. Someone's been coming through here. But, put the hinges back on the gate. And, let's see here. Hosed off this one. I think that was yesterday, actually. Backfill the rest of the gravel here. Put the skirting back up. Put the box on here. That's it for the front. And this is what I use to run the rainwater out to the dogs out here. Yes, I'm still using the rainwater even though I'm on city water. This came in real handy just to have a bucket nearby to throw pieces in as I was dismantling the old pipe system. And yesterday I took wrap and I wrapped what will be the exposed water pipes. And then Leroy, he's a plumber of like 20-30 years, and the father of my good neighbor Janet came over and helped me with the right accessories to hook up this is the water input for the swamp cooler. Goes in here. I thought it was a flare fitting, but it's not. It's just compression. So I wrapped up all the pipe in this nice PVC wrap. Everything. Here's my nice new control valve, and you can see it's in the open position, getting city water. And this is the chicken and pin 3 water goes out. So the only thing I have to do today is just take all this ground that I shoveled out to make the hole to find the leak a month ago. It's a month today, 4 weeks today that this project first came to bear. So we'll backfill all this, but I'm not in such a hurry. So the only remaining thing after I get this backfilled of what has to be done, this is this here was where the old cooler input source used to be. It used to screw in right there. Now we got that little tiny one right there.